Hello. Where do you live? Do you live in the country or the big town? I live in the town. But today, I'm in the country to see some friends. My friends look after lots of goats, and they just had babies. Do you know what a baby goat's called? Yes, it's called a kid. My friends look after lots of other animals too. Ducks, geese, chickens. Do you want to see them? Come on then. Here are the ducks my friends look after. Later on, I'm going to tell you a story with a duck in it. The duck in our story is called Ducky Lucky. Look, she's washing herself in the lake, splashing the water all over herself. Brrr. Oh, and here are some baby goats. Aren't they lovely? They're eating the grain that my friends gave me for them. Mmm, yummy, yummy. Do you think she'd like to hear one of our stories? Hmm? No, I think she's looking for her friends. Here they are. But I don't think they want to hear our story either. I think they want some more dinner. Here we are, little goats. Lots of grain. I don't think I'd like grain for my dinner. Or daffodils. Look, he's trying to eat the daffodils. And here are some chickens. The mother chicken is the one with the red bit on her head. It's called a comb. And these must be her children. They're nearly grown up now. They seem quite shy. I wonder why they don't want to make friends. Do you know whose babies those are? They're baby ducks. Baby ducks are called ducklings. They seem very friendly, don't they? Now, can you guess what I've got here? Yes, it's a mouse. Our second story is about two mice. You wait and see. Shall we say goodbye to the animals for now? And we'll see them again at the end of the stories. Aren't the ducks funny, the way they waddle about and chatter? Wonder what they talk about. Hello, nice weather today, isn't it? Nicer than yesterday. Fancy a swim? The first story I want to tell you today is about a chicken and what he and his friends talked about. The chicken's name is Chicken Licken. Once upon a time, there was a little chicken called Chicken Licken. One day, an acorn fell from a tree and hit Chicken Licken on the head. Chicken Licken thought the sky was falling down. Oh no, he said. This is very important. The king must know about this. So he ran off to tell the king. On the way, Chicken Licken met Henny Penny. Good morning, Chicken Licken, said Henny Penny. And where are you going in such a hurry? Oh, Henny Penny, said Chicken Licken. The sky is falling down, and I'm on my way to tell the king. That's very important, said Henny Penny. I better go with you. So, Chicken Licken and Henny Penny hurried on to tell the king that the sky was falling down. On the way, Chicken Licken and Henny Penny met Cocky Locky. Good morning, Chicken Licken, said Cocky Locky. And where are you going in such a hurry? Oh, Cocky Locky, said Chicken Licken. The sky is falling down and we're on our way to tell the king. That's very important, said Cocky Locky. I'd better go with you. So, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, and Cocky Locky hurried on to tell the king that the sky was falling down. On the way, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky met Ducky Lucky. Good morning, Chicken Licken, said Ducky Lucky. And where are you going in such a hurry? Oh, Ducky Lucky, said Chicken Licken. The sky is falling down, and we are on our way to tell the king. That's very important, said Ducky Lucky. I'd better go with you. So, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, and Ducky Lucky hurried on to tell the king that the sky was falling down. On the way, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, and Ducky Lucky met Drakey Lakey. Good morning, Chicken Licken, said Drakey Lakey. And where are you going in such a hurry? Oh, Drakey Lakey, said Chicken Licken. The sky's falling down, and we're on our way to tell the king. That's very important, said Drakey Lakey. I'd better go with you. So, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, and Drakey Lakey hurried on to tell the king that the sky was falling down. On the way, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, and Drakey Lakey met Goosey Lucy. Good morning, Chicken Licken, said Goosey Lucy. And where are you going in such a hurry? Oh, Goosey Lucy, said Chicken Licken. The sky's falling down and we're on our way to tell the king. That's very important, said Goosey Lucy. I'd better go with you. So, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Drakey Lakey, and Goosey Lucy hurried on to tell the king that the sky was falling down. On the way, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Drakey Lakey, and Goosey Lucy met Turkey Lurkey. Good morning, Chicken Licken, said Turkey Lurkey. And where are you going in such a hurry? Oh, Turkey Lurkey, said Chicken Licken. The sky's falling down, and we're on our way to tell the king. That's very important, said Turkey Lurkey. I'd better go with you. So, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Drakey Lakey, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey hurried on to tell the king that the sky was falling down. On the way, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Drakey Lakey, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey met Foxy Loxy. Good morning, Chicken Licken, said Foxy Loxy. And where are you all going in such a hurry? Oh, Foxy Loxy, said Chicken Licken. The sky's falling down, and we're all on our way to tell the king. I know where to find the king, said Foxy Loxy. You'd better follow me. So, Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Drakey Lakey, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey followed Foxy Loxy. Foxy Loxy led them straight into his den, where his wife and their little foxes were waiting for their dinner. Then the foxes ate Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Drakey Lakey, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey for their dinners. So Chicken Licken never found the king to tell him that the sky was falling down. Poor old Chicken Licken. And what a nasty old fox, pretending he knew where the king lived, just to trick him into going into his den. Now, can you remember the names of all the animals in the story? There was Chicken Licken, Henny Penny, Cocky Locky, Ducky Lucky, Drakey Lakey, Goosey Loosey, Turkey Lurkey, and Foxy Loxy. Where I live in the town, there aren't any chickens or geese. In fact, there aren't any turkeys or foxes either. The only animal I have is a cat, but she's a very lazy cat. She just likes to sit by the fire. She's a town cat. Our main story is about two animals, one who lived in the country and one who lived in town, and how different they found it when they went to visit. This story is called The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. Down a country lane, deep in the roots of an old tree, lived Country Mouse. He was a very hard-working little mouse and was busy all day long finding food for the winter. I'm a little country mouse searching high and low, so I will have some supper when the ground is thick with snow. Berries from the garden and honey from the bee, so all my little country friends can come around for tea. Whew, what a busy mouse I am, said the country mouse, but I shall need lots of food for the winter. Every day the little mouse would work hard until it got dark. Then he would go home to his house, to the roots of the tree. Late one night, Country Mouse was very surprised to see his cousin, Town Mouse, coming down the lane to visit him. Suddenly he looked up and, "Oh no, look out!" shouted the Country Mouse, as he saw an owl swooping down to grab Town Mouse. He gave him a big push into the ditch, and the owl flew away. What a fright they both had. Then Country Mouse took Town Mouse back to his home in the roots of a tree. "Welcome to my home," said Country Mouse. "You will love the country. It's so nice and quiet. I hope you can stay for a long time." Country Mouse made a big supper for his cousin. But Town Mouse wasn't used to life in the country. He did not like plain food or thick mugs and plates. And at bedtime, Town Mouse did not like his little straw bed. It made him scratch and sneeze. Achoo! Achoo! He lay in the straw bed for a long time, but it was no good. "It's too dark and too quiet in the country," said Town Mouse. "I can't sleep." So the kind Country Mouse gave him more candles and made him a hot drink. No matter how hard Town Mouse tried, he just couldn't get used to life in the country. Every morning before the sun was up, Country Mouse was busy finding food for the winter. "I'm a little country mouse searching for my tea. Wake up, lazy cousin, and come and search with me. Winter is a-coming and we must fill the stores, so when the snow is thick outside we'll be safe indoors." "Come and help me, cousin," said Country Mouse. But Town Mouse did not like to help. He did not like to work, and he did not like to get his clothes and hands dirty. One day, when they were sitting in a cornfield, a hawk grabbed Town Mouse and flew away with him. "Oh no," cried Country Mouse. "Oh, this is the end of poor Town Mouse." But the smoke from Town Mouse's cigar made the hawk sniff and sneeze, and he dropped Town Mouse into a haystack. Another morning, they crossed the meadow to find mushrooms. Town Mouse wasn't used to being up so early. "I don't like the country," sighed Town Mouse. "It's dark, it's cold, it's wet, and it's far too quiet." But it wasn't quiet for very long. The horse who lived in the meadow came to make friends with the mice. Town Mouse was so surprised, he fell head over heels into the wet grass. "Oh, cousin," said Town Mouse, "I'm tired of the country. In the town, It's warm and dry, and there's no need to look for food. You must come and see for yourself. So, when late one night, Town Mouse saw the family at the end of the lane getting into the car to go to town, he couldn't resist it. "Come on, Country Mouse," he yelled. "Let's go." They hid in the car as it bumped along the country lanes and jumped out in the middle of the town. Country Mouse had never heard such an awful noise or seen so many lights. Country Mouse felt very frightened, but he walked through the town with his cousin until they came to a big red door. "This is where I live," said the Town Mouse. How big the house was, and how happy his family were to see Town Mouse with his country cousin. "We are little town mice. Welcome to our home. We have lots of food inside, so you won't have to roam. We hope you'll like it in the town and that you'll want to stay. So it will be a long, long time till you go on your way." What a welcome the town mice gave Country Mouse. What lovely food, fruit, cakes, biscuits, cream, and chocolate. But it was all too rich and sweet for Country Mouse. Then the Town Mouse and his family took Country Mouse round the house. There was room upon room, long corridors and great high ceilings. It was a very grand house, but it was all too big for poor Country Mouse. At bedtime, Country Mouse did not like his little soft bed. It wasn't like the straw bed at home, and the room was too bright from the lights of the street. The next day, Town Mouse took his country cousin into the town. Everyone was rushing about. The poor little mice were nearly trodden on. It was all too much for Country Mouse, and he was very happy when Town Mouse took him into the park for a picnic. But no sooner had they sat down when the pelicans and the ducks ate their food and made them run away. Then a dog chased Country Mouse under a litter basket. The Town Mouse sprayed the dog with lemonade. What a fright they both had. Country Mouse was very glad when they got back to the house. "At least it's quiet here," he thought. But just then he heard an awful noise behind him. The Country Mouse was nearly sucked into the carpet cleaner. Oh, how unhappy he was. The very next day, he was saved from a trap by Town Mouse and his family. But who should be watching them but the cat? And they all ran for their lives back to a hole in the wall. The cat was very unhappy that she could not catch the mice. And she stayed in the room all day and all night. The mice were very hungry. They had no food at all. That night, when Country Mouse went to his little soft bed, he had a dream of home. He thought about all his friends playing in the fields. He thought about his little kitchen in his home in the roots of the tree. He thought about the blue skies and the hedgerows. He was sure he could almost smell the trees and the earth. Oh, how he wished he was back at home. In the morning, the smell of trees was real. It was Christmas, and someone had put a tree in the room. Under the tree was a hamper with an address on it. "It's going near your home," cried Town Mouse. So Country Mouse could go home. He jumped into the hamper just as it was being put onto the van. The van started up and rumbled through the town. Country Mouse watched as the tall buildings disappeared, and he saw the trees and fields again. Country Mouse tumbled out of the van into the lane where he lived. He could hear church bells. It was Christmas Eve. Country Mouse ran as fast as he could to the church. He knew all the other country mice would be there to sing Christmas carols. All his friends were pleased to see him. What a welcome he was given. "Come on, Country Mouse," said the littlest mouse. "You can spend all Christmas telling us all your great adventures." Country Mouse breathed a long sigh. All he wanted to do was forget. The country mouse was very pleased to be back home with his friends and the places he knew in the country, as was the town mouse when he got back to the town. I'll be going back to the town tonight, back to my townhouse and my town cat. But I must try to remember all the animals we've heard about in the stories today. Perhaps you can ask your mum or dad to take you to see some animals. If you live in the town, there may be a park nearby with ducks and geese. And I'm sure there'll be a pet shop where you could see some mice like the town mouse and the country mouse. Then you could read the book together again. Here are some mice in a pet shop near where I live. Look, the white one is eating some food from the bowl. And these two look as if they're playing peep-po with each other. Do you think they look like the town mouse in our story? Here's a mother mouse looking after her babies. Baby mice don't have any fur when they're born. And look, their eyes are tightly closed. And this one can't find anyone to play peep-po with. What else do you think we'll see in the pet shop? Oh, rabbits. That one's drinking water from a bottle on the side of the cage. And that's their food in the bowl. Where shall we go to now? If you live in the town, you might live in a house like this. I live in a big city called London. It's very busy. But you know, no matter how busy it seems with cars and trains and traffic, there's usually a park nearby. Those are geese like Goosey Lucy. Well, they're a different kind of goose. They're called Canada geese because they originally come from Canada. And what's that flying into the park? Do you know? Yes, it's a pigeon. There are lots and lots of pigeons in the town. They're eating bits of bread that children take to the park to feed them. Perhaps you could take some bread to feed the pigeons. Now he looks as if he's having a nice day in the park. And look, there are all his friends. Perhaps they've all got together to have a picnic. Shall we say goodbye to the town animals, and I'll tell you another story. Our third story today is about another animal who lives in the country. Her name was the Little Red Hen. Once upon a time, there was a little red hen who lived in a farmyard. She was happy to peck around the farmyard with the other animals. She would sit on her bale of straw and watch the other animals on the farm. One day, the little red hen found some grains of wheat. She thought, I can plant these grains of wheat and they will grow. Then we can make flour for bread. So, she took them to the other animals in the farmyard. Who will help me to plant these grains of wheat? Asked the little red hen. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the rat. Not I, said the pig. "Then I shall plant the grains myself," said the little red hen. And so she did. She took them into the farmer's field and carefully planted them, not too deep, where the sun and the rain would help them grow. The little red hen, she doesn't know when the grains of wheat will grow tall, but they're in the ground with no one around. She'll be the first to see them. Every day, the little red hen went to the field to watch the grains of wheat growing. Week after week, she watched, and they grew tall and strong. One day, when the little red hen went to the field, she saw that the wheat was ready to be cut. She thought, now we can make flour for bread. So she went to the other animals in the farmyard. "Who will help me to cut the wheat?" said the little red hen. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the rat. "Not I," said the pig. "Then I shall cut the wheat myself," said the little red hen. So she did. The little red hen decided then to cut down the wheat all alone. She spent all day there till the field was bare. Then she carried her bundle back home. "The wheat is now ready to be made into flour," said the little red hen to herself, as she set off for the farmyard. "Who will help me to take the wheat to the mill to be ground into flour?" asked the little red hen. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the rat. "Not I," said the pig. "Then I shall take the wheat to the mill myself," said the little red hen. And so she did. The little red hen took the wheat to the mill, and the miller ground it into flour. The little red hen and the miller men ground all the wheat into flour. The windmill went round, not making a sound, and she had a sackful beside her. When the wheat had been ground into flour, the little red hen took it into the other animals in the farmyard. "Who will help me to take this flour to the baker to be made into bread?" said the little red hen. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the rat. "Not I," said the pig. "Then I shall take the flour to the baker myself," said the little red hen. And she did. The little red hen carried the flour in her beak all the way to town. She gave it to the baker, and the baker made it into bread. When the bread was baked, the little red hen took it to the other animals in the farmyard. "The bread is now ready to be eaten," said the little red hen. "Who will help me to eat the bread?" "I will," said the cat. "I will," said the rat. "I will," said the pig. "No, you will not," said the little red hen. "I shall eat it myself." And so she did. Well, there was a cat in that story, like the one I have at home. But she was a country cat. My cat wouldn't like to live on a farm. My cat doesn't really like going outside at all. I've enjoyed coming down to see my friends in the country today and to see all their animals. But now I feel a little bit like the town mouse who's missed his home. Before I go, shall we sing the songs about the town mouse who missed his home? The tune is the same as Sing a Song of Sixpence, so you can sing along with me. Now, the first one was about the country mouse collecting food for the winter. "I'm a little country mouse searching high and low, so I will have some supper when the ground is thick with snow. Berries from the garden and honey from the bee, so all my little country friends can come around for tea." Did you sing along with me? Shall we do it again? And this time we'll put in the words. "I'm a little country mouse searching high and low, so I will have some supper when the ground is thick with snow. Berries from the garden and honey from the bee, so all my little country friends can come around for tea." Now we can sing the other song about the town mice, welcoming their country cousin to their home. We'll put the words up for you again. Are you ready? "We are little town mice, welcome to our home. We have lots of food inside, so you won't have to roam. We hope you'll like it in the town and that you'll want to stay. So it will be a long, long time till you go on your way. Did you sing with me? Oh, let's do it one more time. We are little town mice, welcome to our home. We have lots of food inside, so you won't have to roam. We hope you'll like it in the town and that you'll want to stay. So it will be a long, long time till you go on your way. Now, I really must be on my way. But first, I think I'll take one last look at the animals. Bye-bye. Now then, let's see if we can remember the names of some of the animals that live in the country. What are they called? They're ducks. Oh, and there's one on his own. I wonder what he's looking for. And those are chickens. Do you remember? Can you tell me which one is the mother chicken? Whose babies are those? They're not baby chickens. They're baby ducks. And they're called ducklings. Aren't they tiny? You must remember these. They're baby goats. A baby goat is called a kid. Yes. Oh, now here we are in the busy city. What animals can we see here? There are some we haven't mentioned before. Well, we talked about the pigeons and how they like to eat bread. But what's that big white bird in the background? Oh, there he is again. Do you know what he's called? Do you? Well, he was in one of our stories today. Can you remember? Yes, it's Goosey Lucy. Did you think that geese only lived in the country? Well, these geese live on a farm in a city. Perhaps there's a city farm or a town farm near you. And look what else lives at the farm. They're horses. But they're a special kind of horse called a shire horse, and they sometimes pull heavy carts. Do you know what a horse's home is called? Look, there's a whole row of them there. A horse lives in a stable. I'm sure that a shire horse looks forward to resting in his stable after pulling those big carts around all day. Wouldn't you? Well, this one seems to be quite sleepy, doesn't he? Now here's a bird we haven't seen before. Do you know what it's called? No. Well, it's called a peacock. Look at his lovely tail. And here he is again. Isn't he beautiful? I bet you think this is a chicken, don't you? Well, in a way, you'd be right. Except that it's a father chicken. And a father chicken is called a cockerel. Look, he's got the same red bit on his head as a mother chicken. Can you remember what that red bit was called? Yes, it's called a comb. Well, it's time to say goodbye to all the animals now. In the country, on the city farm, and in the park. I hope you've enjoyed meeting them all with me and listening to our 3 stories. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm sure that you've enjoyed these stories. And don't forget, there are many more that you can select for the future.